Welcome back. So how did it go? Did you have enough time?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was really good.
Glad to hear that. So what have you decided? As for number one statement, is it true or false?
Maria will speak from our group.
Okay, Maria, please. I'm all ears.
Great, thank you. Okay, as we've discussed, the first is false, the second is true, and the third is false.
What about group number two? What have you decided?
Actually, our answers are pretty much the same. The first one is false, the second one is true, and the third one is false as well.
Okay, I guess all the answers are right. So let's check it now here. I'll need someone who would like to read the information given here, like the correct answers.
Well, I can do that.
Oh, thanks, Tatiana. Yes, please.
So, anger is not inherently bad. While anger pits in the stomach, the emotion itself is not inherently bad. Men, women, and children experience anger differently. Whereas children most often feel anger from the perspective of frustration, they can't have what they want when they want it. Adults get angry when they feel out of control. Anger itself isn't a bad or even dangerous thing, but it always needs consideration. As with any emotion, understanding why it is felt is the first step to reaping its benefits.
Yeah, right. I guess somebody already told that we get angry if reality doesn't meet our expectations, right? So yeah, you were right. Number one is false. Number two, I guess both of you told that it was true, yeah? So it is then. Who'd like to read the right answer here?
I can read it.
Yeah, thank you, Adila. Please.
True, anger is meant to protect us as a part of our survival brain, and anger triggers our fight or flight response. This allows us to defend ourselves, as anger allows us to have an immediate response to threats of danger.
Yeah, does everyone agree with that? Yeah, so anger is meant to protect us somehow. And the third one was anger cannot transform into useful action, which is false, as both of the groups answered. Yeah, I need one more volunteer to read it. Yeah, is there anyone who can help me?
Yes, we can help.
Yeah, thank you. Please read it.
So anger cannot transform into useful action. False. Anger can transform into useful action. Taking in all the problems in the world can bring about a sense of injustice. Yet, if you move from anger, you are missing out on the whole picture. Meet your anger with love and let your heart break open. Then move forward with actions that are wise and skillful.
So I've picked this picture for exactly this statement. Yeah, meet your anger with love and let your heart break open. Like easier said than done. Although I've tried to do it several times because I'm working on my anger right now, anger emotion. So it's not that easy, but it's very satisfying, I'd say. Has anyone ever tried to meet your anger, like embrace it with love and yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
How do you embrace your anger? Like, what does it look like?
I guess I tried just to accept, yes, I'm angry and I have reasons to be angry. And like, actually, I had nothing to do about that feeling. Well, it was just a funny situation. I had a driving lesson early in the morning and I'm living like far away from the place where the lesson is conducted. I had to wake up like at 5 in the morning and be there like at 7. And when I already was on my way, my instructor texted me that he had overslept and he wouldn't be there. Like I was super angry, but like I managed to embrace my anger and well, it helps. It really helps. Like you should really try it if you haven't yet.
Yes, I haven't. So it's like you feel angry and then you like breathe and realize to yourself that it's okay, or is that how?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I can't give you any more details. That was just like that. Yeah.
So last minute cancellation is not something unnatural for our profession. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So it's better to pacify yourselves. Yeah, so in general, that's what anger looks like. Yeah, it's the feeling that we usually have on the surface. Yeah, but there are many other feelings underneath, like under the water. It works just like an iceberg. Yeah, and anger is the bodyguard of other deeper emotions. So what do you think anger is protecting you from? Do you have any ideas?
I feel like my anger doesn't protect me. It just unleashes everything else. And it just goes like, yeah, guys, get out. And then my shame, sadness, grief, everything leaves my body. Do you guys not feel that? Or it's a very fascinating topic, I think. And I really like the new general upper intermediate course because it touches on those kind of psychological issues a lot. But I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I hope you finished. Yeah. Most thing is, I think more we try to get rid of this anger, I guess it's like we should just embrace it, in my opinion. If you're angry, if you embrace it, then let's say, oh, hello, anger, I will carry of you. Let's say maybe sometimes, maybe we can say that. And in my case, if I'm more rejecting, the emotions are more stronger. That's why I have to embrace sometimes. Oh, I'm feeling angry. Hello, I will care for you. Maybe.
Yes, Adila, thank you. That's true. The more we're fighting it back, the more it's getting on us. Yeah. So we shouldn't fight it. But there is another problem here. Don't you think that anger is frowned upon in society? Don't you feel
Yes,
it?
for sure. Especially it is frowned upon when it concerns women, because usually we're expected to be quite kind or anything like this. And if you get angry, maybe at work, for example, it looks like you do not have control over yourself. And maybe your male colleagues will say that, oh, she's so emotional, irrational, something like this. So of course it may happen, but maybe it is connected with this stress that not all, but we have, of course, stressful lives, especially nowadays. It impacts our health situation, because we think that it is bad to feel angry, and then you feel angry because you feel angry, and it's a vicious circle. So of course the first step, as everybody has mentioned, is to embrace it, to acknowledge the fact that yes, I have a right to be angry, even though it may be not comfortable even for myself.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much, Tatiana. You're already well aware of this topic, I see, as far as I can see. So I have one more piece of reading for you. I'm going to divide you into groups again, where you'll read an article and you'll have a few questions that I'll ask you to answer. And then I'll bring you back here into the main session, where we'll discuss it again and check the answers. So if you don't mind, I'm sharing a link in the chat now to the article. And so there you'll see an article and the questions. I'm dividing you into the same two groups, so everything will be almost the same as it was before. Do you have any questions?
How long did you say we are going to work?
I guess about 5 minutes as well. Welcome back. Yep. So, what have you decided? Let's see. Just 1 second. Yeah, can you hear me all?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, question number 1. Yeah, which answer have you chosen?
We chose number 4.
Okay. What about another group? Group number
We have chosen the first, second one.
Well, actually, they are pretty close. Yeah, but the right answer, well, according to the text, is B. Yeah, because like the second one, because they believe it makes them a bad person. But number 1 and 4 can also be true. Question number 2: why might someone minimize or deny their anger?
We chose 3, C.
And group number 2?
Yeah, the same. And also we thought that the second one can be applicable as well.
Yeah, I agree. So it's answer number 2 according to the text, because they were told to be nice when angry. Yeah, have you ever been told to be nice when you felt when you were angry? Yeah, I guess pretty
Yes,
often.
for sure.
It happens pretty often. And the last question: how does societal messaging impact the recognition and expression of anger?
Yep, number 2.
2 and
yes, the same.
Yeah, so it teaches people to repurpose anger as other emotions. Absolutely right. Yeah, so I guess everyone can feel it, yeah, on a daily basis. So we're not going to talk about this much right now because we are running out of time. So, but you should all know that anger also attacks our body. Yeah, so we're more likely to have heart attacks if we feel angry, especially if we're not accepting our anger. Yeah, it increases clotting. We might have we're more likely to have chronic back pains, tension headaches, diabetes, anxiety, depression, and other horrible things. Yeah, that's why we should definitely learn how to deal with our anger. Do you think that meditation, walking, whatever, to calm down is a good idea if you feel angry? I think so.
Yeah.
What about the rest? Does anyone think that it's not a good idea? Well, in general, it is, yeah. So lowering your level of arousal in the moment can keep you from punching a wall and get you to think more clearly. But bypassing anger to feel better without addressing why you're angry is a mistake. So just suppressing this feeling doesn't do you good. This is the lesson we should all learn. Yeah, that's why we should learn some techniques on what to do with it. And that's when we're going to learn them. Again, I'm going to divide you into 3 groups right now. Group number 1, I'll ask you to read part number 2 and number 1 and number 2. I hope you'll understand what I mean if you open the document, when you open the document. Group number 2 will have to read parts number 3 and 4, and group number 3 will have to read parts number 5 and 6. We'll have as well about 5 minutes to do it. And then I'll ask you to share with the other 2 groups the ideas that you've learned in those parts. Yeah, do you have any questions? Are the tasks clear? Okay. 1 second. Very good. And we're beginning. How did it go, Aya?
It went very well. I liked what Ekaterina is going to share. A really interesting story. I like it.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Thank
Me
you,
too,
likewise.
actually. Me too.
Oh, you haven't had enough time, yeah? So that you could share it.
Who, me?
Ekaterina.
Oh, no, Ekaterina had enough time.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we had everything went great.
All right. So I guess everyone's back, right? Yep. So let's proceed. Girls, I'll ask you now to tell me what you read about, to share some tips on how to deal with anger. Yeah, and probably Aya, you can start, or Ekaterina.
From 6?
Oh,
Okay.
I guess, yeah, it does better.
Okay, we'll go upwards. So part 6 was about finding an outlet for your anger, to find a way to release it without harming anybody or yourself. And the immediate thought that I got from this, from reading this text, was situation with Chris Rock and Will Smith, when Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith during the Oscars, and then Chris Rock released a stand-up special a year later about how this situation really annoyed him, how it was really selfish and egotistical of Will Smith to do something like that. And the special was called Selective Outrage. So this is what the text is about. It's finding ways to express yourself, express your anger through some art, through some comedy routines, music, and other things. And I thought this was a great example of something like that, because Chris Rock, of course, could have just gone to some kind of interview and talked about the situation, but he decided to monetize his experience, monetize his anger. And I thought it was brilliant, and I really enjoyed the special, and I recommend it to everyone who hasn't seen it yet. It's on HD yeah, that's it so far.
That's a great example, actually, right? So the way Chris Rock did it, yeah, but not the way Will Smith did it, yeah, on stage, right? So you were in one group with Tatiana, right? Tatiana, you've been with Ekaterina. Do you have anything to add?
Yep, I have with the number 5. Yeah, so I shared that one of my best friend is being pregnant right now, and she shared so-called an anger log, and keeping an anger log. Log is like a journal. So it means that you have to keep writing what happened to you. It means like you have to track one anger situation a week, how it makes you feel, how you respond to that. It could be something like really simple, I don't know, like having to wait forever in a line in a grocery store, or maybe some more serious personal experience. And in this case, you can respond to triggering situation by tracking it and trying to, I don't know, strategize the way to think about it and to solve them.
Right,
so when she does that, it really helps. Yeah, I haven't tried it myself, but maybe one day.
Writing diaries, yeah, or logs or vlogs, yeah, could actually help. I guess we can do it secretively, yeah, or openly, yeah, as we wish. Thank you very much, girls. Great work. Group number 2. What have you read? What have you learned about how to deal with anger?
Basically, it's always really a way to ecologically express your anger, as I mentioned in the previous commentators, yes. And there is always way for saying it in another way, rather than maybe slapping, showing differently. There's always the ecological way, and that's it.
Thank you, Adila. Who was with you in the group? Ekaterina, Maria, do you have anything else to share? Maybe your own experience or some advice on how to deal with anger? All right, so I guess we can proceed. And the last but not least, Nina, Tatiana, yeah.
Yes, we had parts about seeking validation and, of course, acknowledging the fact. As for validation, we spoke about it with Nina that, for example, I haven't tried this approach, but it's really interesting because you can find people who can feel you and who may actually share this experience with you. It is a great experience for you because you feel that you're not alone when dealing with the stress, and you feel that you are being supported. So that's great.
Right. I guess almost in any case, it always helps to find someone who can share your feelings, who can relate. Yeah.
Yes.
True. Nina, do you have anything to add?
To be fair, I've got the third part. It's like share it directly. That actually boils down to acknowledgement and addressing. And we've discussed it so many times. So only just to summarize, that is kind of the basic, but maybe yes, one of the points that all of us we need to try. Me personally, I think I'm on it now. So surely, slowly but surely, I'm getting there to accept my feelings. And I think that share it directly, like addressing your emotion, it's not only about anger, about being offended, about any emotions pretty much. So it's like, once again, literally basic, but so important.
Yeah, that's right. That's true, Nina. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, girls. It was a great pleasure talking to you. Yeah, I have something else here to discuss, just a couple of things. Yeah, questions. Well, is there anything you've learned about dealing with anger today? Yeah. Oh, I hope so. What tips or what exact tips will you use after our meeting?
If I may, I usually just live on kind of like auto mode without paying attention to most my body needs, my mental needs, and other things, because I don't think they're that essential. I don't recommend. But today maybe I thought it's time to face my anger issues or some kind of other problems that I may have in my subconsciousness that I'm strongly holding back, and perhaps I should work on those things because everybody's so creative. Everybody shared their experiences, and it kind of made me think that I'm left alone. You know, the fear of missing out, kind of thing. So yeah. I think the meeting pushed me forward to stepping out of my comfort zone.
Oh, thanks. So I hope now you know that you're not alone. Yeah, you can always share with us if you have another angry session. So, and would you discuss such topic with your students? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes, I think that's a good idea because if only to speak about vocabulary, they can pick up some new words, some new expressions that they can use in their daily life. And maybe that topic can help them to deal with their emotions better. So all in all, they will enrich their vocabulary and their knowledge of this world.
And yeah, thank you, Tatiana. You're right, it's about vocabulary mostly. And in general, I guess it can be useful for broadening our horizons. And what kind of students do you think might be interested in discussing that?
Well, I think I have a student who is very stressed out. She's torn apart between her work and her family and now English. And I think just providing her with materials like this, a person needs to acknowledge his or her emotions, sometimes to stop, sometimes to accept all emotions, negative and positive, can be very helpful, a different point of view, because not as she angry, she's just very, very stressed.
Yeah, it might help. Well, it's these tips, I guess, can be applied to other emotions as well. That's why, yeah. So this presentation is shareable. I'll see how I can attach the links. I guess the recording will be posted on YouTube. Yeah, and I hope the links will be attached. Like if you want, you can use the presentation and the materials. So thanks for being here. Yeah, I was really glad to see you all. I hope this is not the only one, not the only speaking club, and we'll continue holding them. Yep. So have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you for
Thank you
sharing.
so much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
You're
Thanks a lot.
welcome.
Good
Bye.
day, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.